missed last week because it was Thanksgiving. So hopefully everybody had a lovely holiday, if that's the kind of thing you celebrate, if you're here in this country. If not, hope you had a great week anyway. Listen, everything that we're doing today is being broadcast from Facebook Live as well as from Zoom. If you are joining us on Facebook Live, we can't see you because we're broadcasting from Zoom. So if there's a delay in us responding and things like that, we'll try and keep an eye on the phone to see when you're communicating. But don't get discouraged. We're delighted you're here, but there is a bit of a delay with Facebook Live. Also, we're going to be presenting some artwork here today. Just so you know, everything is for sale. We're just chatting about the new things we're doing with our art career and the things we're creating. But I do want to let you know, everything is for sale and we can ship it anywhere. So not a problem.
Fantastic. And saying that, I think we should start with the very first two pieces of the show. And these are, mine is called Shangri-La, and yours is a new one because I haven't seen it before, right?
No, you haven't.
Okay,
unless you looked in the back of the car this morning.
Listen, Shangri-La, let's talk about Shangri-La. You know, I chose it because it's part of the new exhibition here at Silver Sea Studios. And when is that officially opening, John?
It officially opens on Saturday, the 4th of December. But everything's up now, but we still have to do the labels and lights. And
things. Exactly on my birthday. So
yes.
Just saying, 46, no wrinkles. Remember, the hair is right there.
It's amazing how much product can do.
No, I don't actually. I could have some Botox and I can have something done here on my forehead.
Don't get the duck lips. It'll look terrible.
Okay, guys. So this Shangri-La, it's a mixed media on cold pressed paper. And I wanted to create something special for this occasion, for this exhibition at Silver Sea Studios. I'm a photographer, but once in a while I like to play with paintings, with paints, and this is how I envision a planet, and a perfect planet, if I should say that, and I call it, of course, Shangri-La. And I think it looks beautiful. Initially, it should have been, let me put it up here, just black, and then I wanted these rough edges of the paper, but black on black, I mean, it's floated on a black board.
Kind of wasted, yeah.
Right, it didn't translate very well. So at the very last point, I said, what if I put this fine line of gold around? And that did it to me. It's just really beautiful.
It's a lovely piece. It's not small. It's 24 by 24 inches.
Right.
It looks great in the exhibition. It was the one that they selected out of all of the ones you submitted. It was the one they selected as the one they wanted to make sure went into the main hallway. Mm-hmm. So it's out in a prominent place and looks great in the show.
And as a matter of fact, when was this? About 3 weeks ago when we had an open Saturday, I had a lady here coming in, and she saw this. First of all, she is following me on Instagram. She saw how I did it, how it looks like, and then she saw it here in the studio, and she was very interested in it. And I said, I'd like to know more about it. Maybe I'm thinking about it. I like this piece very much, and I would like to consider it. It depends how much it costs. I cannot remember the price now. Everything is listed on the exhibition, but. This is another reason, guys, to come and see us tomorrow, not tomorrow, Saturday, for the Open Saturday. It's not only an Open Saturday, it's my birthday, and it's a major event here at Silver Sea Studio. Is the art holiday shopping, right?
The holiday shopping event, yeah. Just here at Silver Street, we're having a special event for the holidays. So it'll be a holiday themed, as well as the introduction to the new exhibition, which will last until February, and most importantly, Bogdan's birthday.
And but the exhibition actually here at Silver Sea Studios looks fantastic. It's all space based, and it's just unbelievable how artists approach this theme and how far they went. I actually almost everything in here is new work, and it's amazing.
They did people really rose to the challenge. We have an installation going on here at Silver Street, a big, huge deal, a virtual reality experience from a group from Canada about living on the space station. And so people will have goggles on. It'll be a fun thing that'll last for several months. So we tied our exhibition to that theme and called it Without Limits. And it's about 40 artists and about almost 200 works. So the walls are full this time, and it's going to be an impressive show, I hope.
All right, let's move forward, and I think you need to talk about your new piece over here.
One of my new babies.
When did you put this together? I can't remember this.
This one I've been working on for a while, but I just kind of finished it up, that kind of thing.
Hold on. You have it here.
I have it here as well. I don't know which way you can see it better, but I call it Tumult. There seems like lots and lots of movement. Very typical for me. I love that movement.
And that would fit perfectly in the actual exhibition, actually.
It would have fit in the exhibition, but it was a little too late for that. Lots of color, lots of movement. I really wanted to experiment with layering and actually trying to make my underlayers speak to my outer layers. It's just kind of a technical thing I'm trying to get straight as an artist. Mm-hmm. Terrible, excuse me, a terrible photo there. It's got a lot of glare on it, but it's a lovely piece. I think it's very happy, again, full of energy and excitement, I hope. And I thought, that's what should be on a wall. Look, it will look a lot better once I get it framed. I think that gives definition to these kinds of abstracts. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think it's a pretty piece. I'm pleased.
It looks really, really pretty. Now,
16 by 20.
16 by 20.
It's not huge.
And is going to be available this Saturday for those who wants to see.
Absolutely. You can have it today.
Now, guys, as you probably know, now we've been a week in Mexico City for Fine Feria, where I presented my Inheritance series to the Mexican City public. And it was very well received, a lot of interesting people, lots of connection, and lots of, how would you say this, future projects.
Hopefully, yes.
I met with Patricia Conde, which owns a major photographic gallery in Mexico City.
You had met her before, right?
I met her before at the PhotoFest edition here in Houston, but it's the edition that has been completely closed up the day I got in there.
COVID, that's right.
COVID. Yeah. But she was nice, and she said that those one who are on my list to interview with me, I can still stay around if you want to exchange a word or two. So I did stick around. I did talk with her, but everything was so stressful. People were wandering here and there, and the connection wasn't well built. However,
that was also a couple of years ago.
She stopped by the Fine Feria to check things out, and I met her. She didn't remember really my face. I imagine she sees a lot of faces, but did she remember my work? The moment she got on my stand, it's like, oh, I remember those. I remember this green one. And then it was a fantastic connection, and she said that we'll look into a collaboration in the future.
Mm-hmm. We also met with Rodrigo Aciniega, who is working with the PRPGMX gallery with Michael Swang. Amazing fellow. He does everything. He's kind of a cultural attaché, an art consultant, a marketing guru, but he really, really did us proud. He got us some press. Bogdan was mentioned in one of the magazines in Mexico City, as well as he just really took care of us while we were there. So we really appreciate everything that Rodrigo did, as well as the people from Fame. I mean, the group there is really, really nice.
And as a matter of fact, guys, you know, we have a weekly vlog on YouTube, and that's coming from John Bishop Fine Art channel. And the last episode of the vlog, it's everything we experienced and in Mexico City, and all about this Fine Feria fair. I think it was a fantastic trip and very, very successful.
Yeah, I mean, it was really nice to sit and meet some of these other artists. When we went to Guadalajara for this event, the people were split up into different venues, but now all of the artists were in the same place. And so there were 30 artists there and for a 3-day show. And so we were actually able to meet a lot more of the artists, and some amazing work going on there.
Amazing, amazing. What else? Now we have a couple of things, you guys. We want to invite you guys, and the first one is this Saturday.
No,
this is not the Saturday, right? Sorry, this is December 4th.
That's this Saturday.
It's art holiday shopping, and we want to invite you. Come and join us, support us, you know, look at the artists. We have fabulous work for everybody, and it's important that you guys get something for each one of us, so that we can keep positive and keep creating stuff.
And also, you get to fill your shopping list for Christmas. So there'll be some lovely gift items, as well as just a really festive spirit, because I know you don't have enough Christmas going on in your life right now.
So this is...
by the way, sorry to interrupt, but this is a little bit strange because we're usually open from noon to 5. This is an evening event for this special day. So this is actually from 5 to 9 p.m. So it'll be a later start.
And if you haven't put your tree together, John still have few globes for this Christmas.
Absolutely, and if you don't need them for the tree, you can hurl them at people from your car.
Yes, that's true. Now, next in line, we do have John and I, our exhibition, You'll Do, and the opening reception is on Friday, December 17. In Studio 108. And what's the theme, John?
Christmas, holiday again. But this is just our work. What we're doing is from now on, we're going to curate a collection just of Bogdan and my work every month. And in December, we're calling it You'll Do. And so you can see behind me, those paintings are coming down. We're trying to get the walls ready for Saturday. For our month-long exhibition of holidays things for Bogdan and I, and plus the reception, the party is on December the 17th from 5 to 8 p.m. So stop by and get some nibbles.
This is one of the pieces is going to be in the show. Just still working on without breaking here because I've been away from my studio for so long now. I'm trying to catch up with everything. But this piece is almost ready. It's actually mixed media photography with acrylic paint. And as well, I'm gonna have several prints of this one on regular hot press cotton paper. And then before Mexico, I started this piece, and it's based on the space as well. In a minute or so, I'll show you the other piece I have in the show. But this is inspired from that initial piece, and I wanted to take it in a little larger scale. Do you have new work? You begin something?
Well, everything I'm working on is, like you say, because we've been gone, everything's kind of new. And since I finished the art lab, but this one is still in progress. I've done a lot more to it because we've been gone. but that's a giant piece. I'm loving it. I'm not quite sure where it's going yet, but at some point the painting tells you where it wants to go, and you just have to kind of do what it tells you. And
That's
I'm
right.
pretty much there now.
Now, guys, is that moment we want to thank you for everything, for supporting us, for following us in our art career, for buying from us, and keep us positive. And a special thank you this time goes to Jesus, who purchased Passage, an edition of Passage in Mexico City. That was amazing.
That was a 2-day process, wasn't it?
Yeah. He showed up in when was that? On Friday. He just kind of smelled everything, and then Saturday morning, she said he came by and said, "This is mine." And I said, "Great." So Passage will remain in Mexico City forever.
Yeah, it's lovely people. And he's an architect, so he really gets the building thing.
Exactly. So let's move over with the next two pieces in the show. Those are new pieces, both of them actually. Mine is called Orbit, and it can be seen, as I said, here in Silver Sea Studios from the month of December all the way through when? Do you remember?
February. Mm-hmm.
Not only be seen, but can be purchased as well.
That's true too.
It's called Orbit, and it's a kind of a mixed media on a wooden board.
Mm-hmm.
And it's I use a lot of texture here. I wanted to kind of create this idea of a crepuscular, almost like a volcano lava inside, where you see the heat coming on. And I think it worked perfectly, and this is
it's a beautiful piece.
I wish it was bigger, but you know what, it's great as is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very happy, and it's that red and gold coming
out from beneath.
Yeah, and it was well thought, but it accidentally worked even better because the acrylic that it's under the red and the gold was totally broke when I applied acrylic. So what happened is it stretched so much, this paint under, it mixed up red and gold together. It's very hard to explain, but the result is fantastic. I mean, look at that.
It's lovely. And it looks really, really good out on the display.
It's like, this was the idea of it, to create this like it's a formation, you see a planet that it's on heat. It's not yet a planet. It's gonna cool down at some point. Yes, I'm totally in love with this piece. Guys, come and see it. It's on the wall at Silver Sea Studios and can be yours should you want it. You want to talk about your piece now?
I do. This is another new piece. Well, it's one that I've been actually working on for a long time, but I actually finished it off. This one I really have had a lot of fun with, but it's also been kind of challenging. I call it Silver Streak. There is a lot of reflective silver on it. So there's this, I don't know how much we'll show. There's like this pattern at the bottom that is all kind of liquid chrome. Mm-hmm. It's certainly a mixed media piece. And then there's a splatter of metallic oil paint in the middle. And the whole thing is painted on a piece of aluminum foil that has been glued to the canvas. So one of the things I was working on in the art lab when I was still in the art lab was working on ways to bring kind of some illumination into painting. And somebody had told me about the technique of actually painting on aluminum foil to give that kind of reflectivity. I'm not sure that works so well. I mean, there's still a few hints of the aluminum foil down in the corners and things, but generally when the paint covered it, the luminescence went away. But it gave a really interesting crackling kind of texture to the piece. And I just think it worked out really well. I thought the color scheme was particularly interesting. I don't do a lot of silver, you know, some of the silver just ends up looking kind of gray, but when you get to that high metallic chrome kind of finish, and then of course I had to smear some gold on it because it's not one of my pictures if it doesn't have gold. I have some of my sacred circles and some other things that, you know, kind of give away that it's one of my paintings. But brand spanking new. In fact, that splatter in the middle is oil paint, and I'm not quite sure it's dry, so I'm being very careful. It's not runny, but I don't think it's completely dry yet. I had a lot of fun doing this one. And like I say, it's been one of those things I just kept playing with, not really knowing where to take it. And then it just kind of spoke to me and said, this is where I want to go. So I think it's very attractive, and I think it'll look good in somebody's wall.
Absolutely.
Might be yours.
Might be. So what else is in the store for us? I can't remember. There's so many things happening in the same time here.
So much has been going on. Like I say, we're starting this new thing where we're going to be doing monthly exhibitions and receptions. So please keep an eye out for those kinds of events, because they're different every month.
But we will send an invitation to each one of you that are on our mailing list.
Mm-hmm. And I'm working on this big exhibition that will be starting on the 4th. We will have our reception on the 9th. If you're here in town, come by on the evening of the 9th of December for the opening of the exhibition here at Silver Street Studios. Now, as far as what's coming, you met some people in Mexico City that you may end up with a show following this now.
So yeah, it was very interesting because in the middle of the show, I had this lady visiting me. It turns out to be a Romanian lady. She's she's an art teacher, university teacher in Mexico City. And it happened she had 3 students selected in this show and she was kind of tiptoeing. She recognized that her name is Romanian, and so she break up, my name is Sylvia, and I said, and you speak Romanian, right? And she started laughing. But turns out that she and her husband are very connected in the art world, and especially in Mexico, and they have very good connection and good tie to the Romanian embassy and the cultural, how do you call that? The cultural center, the Romanian cultural center in Mexico City. And we were talking about this collection I presented at FAIN. I was suggesting, do you think the cultural center will be interested in this collection to be displayed? And she thought it was a good idea, and she will ask. And as a matter of fact, all these 10 left pieces from the show are stored in her studio in Mexico City, and we will see what's coming next. May need to go to Mexico City one more time in January if everything goes right.
Right. It was just such a small world, and those times when you meet somebody, in this case 2 people, and you instantly like them. Mm-hmm. And it was just like this instant connection. We went out to dinner with them. We had a marvelous experience going out to eat, and just had a little to drink. And it was absolutely delightful to meet them. And then, of course, after the show, we took, as Bogdan mentioned, we took all the artwork over and saw their studio, which, 2-story studio with everything. So it's just remarkable.
Including a kitchen and a bedroom.
Including a bedroom, yeah, just in case you work late. But it was Mexico City is this immense, sprawling nightmare, but it's gorgeous. And so when we went to her studio, we thought we were going to the end of the world. But it's just like I guess there are a lot of places like that. There's just lots of little communities that
But
kind of all get together.
Whilst we talk, let me.
Hi guys and welcome.
Play some images from Mexico.
From the show.
Yeah.
Really, really glad we went. As you mentioned, you only sold one piece, but it was to an important collector. And we gave out lots and lots of information. And as I mentioned, thanks to Rodrigo, we got some very good press as well. So I think it was delightful that we went. That was Karen, wasn't it?
Yes, we had
Karen showed up. She is actually one of the people who are in our photography club. And because it was here in Houston, and because it was the holiday weekend, she was visiting her family in Mexico City. And she brought them all to the show, which was delightful. Great to see her, and just a real boost, because we looked really busy when all the Mexican artists were like, hey, why do they have a crowd?
When you have a good crowd like that, it gives you a energy boost, you know?
Exactly. And it looks really good to the people walking in.
Yeah, it was great. Thank you, Karen, if you watch this.
Yeah, it was delightful.
Delightful.
Well, great.
Well,
I think
fantastic.
that probably wraps it up.
Guys, remember this Saturday, we will be here probably from 10 o'clock in the morning all the way to 9 o'clock. It's going to be a busy weekend for us. Come and see us. We'd love to see you too. And we'd love to show you all the new things in our life.
And in case, 5 times wasn't enough, Saturday is also Bogdan's birthday.
Okay, guys. It was great to see you.
Have a great week.
We'll see you next week.
Thanks. Bye.